What's up, my shovels and shovelets? TheFlamingSpade here, bringing you guys another Pokemon Black and White 2 Wi-Fi battle. And this is gonna be another standard OU match against someone by the name of Blastoise FC. I'm gonna say this was a really interesting match, probably one of my favorite matches that I've had with this team on Wi-Fi. But looking at his team, like, I really can't tell what is he going to lead with. Like, he has Dugtrio to set up rocks. So, like, I wasn't really sure, but what I usually do is just lead with my Landorus and get the momentum going on from there. But, yeah, lead with Landorus. He actually leads with Conkeldurr, which is kind of random as a lead. And I get off the Intimidate on him, so I just decided to go for the EQ, because my Latios in this team, it doesn't have Psychic, which I usually have for fighting types, but in this team I don't have it, so I just decided to stay in and hit this Conkeldurr as hard as I can, because otherwise it could be a real problem, especially if it sets up some bulk ups. But this seems to be a sub puncher, which doesn't even have the new Ice Punch, so I was really relieved that he didn't have that. But yeah, of course he's gonna predict another EQ, because kind of obvious choice to lead. So he goes into his Latios, and I'm gonna go into my Lantern as he actually pulls a double switch into his Terrakion. I could stay in and take a hit with Lantern and Scald, but I might as well go back into my Landorus and get the Intimidate. And he actually carries the Earthquake, which is something you don't really see too often, because freaking Terrakion just does well with its dual stab, and it usually has some other better moves at its disposal. But whatever, go into my Landorus and then U-turn predicting the switch, and he actually goes into his Conkeldurr, and from this range I should be able to knock him out with the Dragon Pulse or with the Draco Meteor. That's what he is most likely fearing, and I just go for the Dragon Pulse because this is my Calm Minding Latios that I was trying out on my Wi-Fi team, and it doesn't look like a 2-hit KO. So what I decided to do, go into Scissor, because I could just U-turn out and knock him down, or just force him to switch. And he actually pulls a double switch into his Terrakion, and I just decided to go for the Bullet Punch. Kind of play it safe this time, because I've been kind of U-turning inside and out, so he might want to over-predict. But he doesn't, he plays it safe. Or he actually goes into Conkeldurr, I guess, predicting the U-turn. But since he now knows that I'm locked into Bullet Punch, he might as well go into Slowpoke, because he doesn't take any damage from it, and then I'm kind of forced to switch out, and this time I go back into my Lantern again, and he actually pulls a double switch and he goes into his Latios. I know I should be able to take one hit, even Specs Draco Meteor, although that would like do something like 90% most likely. But I figured might as well let Lantern take a hit and just Volt Switch out, and then get something in safely like my Landorus, and then I can just U-turn. He actually doesn't even want to stay in, although he most likely could have taken one hit, because it's not a stab move or anything, the U-turn on Landorus, but he doesn't want to take a heavy hit. He wants to save his own Calm Minding Latios for later on. And then I send out my Scissor, and he brings out the Gengar, which was like, why would you bring that then? And then he has Focus Sash and Counter. And I was like, wow, that is freaking old school. I was using that kind of set back in Gen 4, and that was really cool as a lead. And he actually pulled off the Counter Focus Sash, and bravo, nothing else I can say. But bring out my Landorus for the possible revenge kill. He doesn't want to let his Gengar die yet, because the rocks aren't up, and he might be able to use that later on. So he brings out his freaking Terrakion. I bring out my Vaporeon just to go for Scald and take his hits. And he actually goes into his Latios now. Don't get the burn, which is actually good, because I do run Toxic on this Vaporeon. I had Heal Bell, then I switched it into Toxic. Now I have Heal Bell on my Lantern. Having Scald and Toxic may seem kind of dumb, but yeah, whatever. I don't really care. I digress. So anyways, he goes for the Dragon Pulse boosted by the Calm Mind, and that does a lot. I think he also has Life Orb. That's why it did so much. And I thought he would predict my Protect and just go for another Calm Mind, so I decided to not go for it, which is kind of dumb. Should have just done that, because he would have died on the next turn anyways. But then again, if he had got another Calm Mind off, then, well, basically the same result. I would have to sack something. And most likely it would have been my Vaporeon, so, like, not the biggest deal in the world. But anyways, I get a chance to bring out my Landorus again and just go for the U-turn. He goes into Slowbro, which takes the hits, like, redonkulously well, even though it's super effective. But, yeah, again, it's not stab or anything. But I get a chance to go into my Lantern, and I know he's gonna bring out his Dugtrio. So instead of the obvious Volt Switch, I go for the Scald, and I'm able to nail that Dugtrio. And he's not gonna be able to set up his rocks or just knock me out or whatever he wanted to do. But now he goes back into his Gengar and goes for the Destiny Bond, and I was like, no! No way! Like, wow, he was able to pull off the counter and the Destiny Bond, and I really should have seen that coming, because I was using the same set, like, well, yeah, that's a long time ago, back in Gen 4. Never seen anyone use that set in Gen 5, but it's a really interesting set, and just bravo for him to, for pulling off his shenanigans and taking out two of my guys with that counter Destiny Bond set. But anyways, going to my Landers. This time I think I was predicting kind of his Terrakion to come in. So I decided to go for Superpower because he would take out his Latios from that range regardless. But he just goes into his Slowbro pretty much to save his move. And then I switch into my Latios as he goes into his own Latios. And I don't want to risk the possible speed size, so what I decided to do is go into my Heatran, because he's most likely just going to go for the Dragon type move, of course, and Heatran can take the hits, and with the Life Orb and the Toxic, he will just go down, which is perfect, and I still have pretty healthy Heatran out here. And now he goes into his Slowbro. I just decided to leave Heatran in as a death fodder, basically, because it really can't do much at this point, because I can't outspeed his Terrakion, and I really can't do anything to his Slowbro because it's just too bulky for Heatran to take out on its own. So I decided to just hit him down as low as possible, and he actually sets up Trick Room, which kind of scares me, but I still do have the Latios on my team, and I actually decided to switch directly into Latios because I figured I could really use a death fodder at this point of the game. This game is really gonna come close, and I know that he shouldn't be able to do anything to my Latios since he's running a Trick Room set with a Slack Off and then Dual Stab most likely. So what I'm going to do is go into Latios. He goes for the Slack Off, and I'm going to set up my Calm Mind right here, revealing that I am also indeed running a Calm Mind set. And he's gonna go for the Scald. He does get the burn, not the biggest deal at this point of the match, and I'm just gonna go for the Dragon Pulse, and it does a really good chunk, even though I don't have a Life Orb like his is, although his Latios is gone at this point, but still, not sure if I could have taken him out with the Life Orb boost, but whatever the case is, gonna go for the safe Dragon Pulse again, because it does way more than he's able to recover off with the Slack Off, and I guess he really counted well his Trick Room turns, because Twisted Dimensions return back to normal, and I have a feeling that this Terrakion is Choice Scarfed, so I really don't want to play any games. The way he brought it in, it must be Scarfed, and the fact that he had also Earthquake earlier kind of alerts that he is Choice Scarfed. It would kind of make sense to have the best coverage on a Choice Scarfer, but because the Bandit usually just relies on Dual Stab. But anyways, rambling at this point, and I'm gonna sack my Heatran, go into my Landorus, and then just go for the EQ. And usually the Choice Scarf Landorus is better on the original form, but in this case especially, it really comes in handy because I do pack the extra power, and I'm actually able to 2-hit KO his Slowbro. And here I'm just gonna switch into my Latios, basically as a death fodder, but he does miss his Stone Edge. But yeah, like I said, it doesn't really matter because I just wanted to send this thing out as a death fodder. Now his Stone Edge does hit, but it actually doesn't KO me. Even after the burn, I'm able to live with 4 HP, go for the serve, and take him out. So that means I don't even have to go into my Landorus for the Intimidate and then the EQ. So that works out, and that was the game. So thank you for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed. In my opinion, this was a really interesting match. The Gengar, like, totally got me off guard, and in the end, it really came down to the wire. Because had he taken out my Latios, like I was basically using it as a death fodder in the first place, had he taken it out, then it basically would have come down to whether he would have critted my landers. So, and like the trick room at the end, it was like all sorts of shenanigans and the freaking Gengar once again. Like, ugh, that was a really interesting match and definitely one of the better matches that I had with this team, like I already mentioned at the beginning. But, yeah. That was indeed the match for today. Leave a like rating if you did enjoy. I would really appreciate the support. But anyways, that being said, this will pretty much be all for this game for today. Thank you for watching again. I will most likely put a Pokemon Showdown match up tomorrow. It seems to be working again, because Pokemon Showdown, it's kind of been going up and down. Like every day for the past week. It's been down like so many times, but now it seems to be working again just fine. So hopefully everything is fine with that, and I'll get some Pokemon Showdown matches for you guys as well as Wi-Fi battles. But anyways, rambling at this point, so thanks for watching. Until next time, this is TheFlamingSpade signing out. Peace.